Why do a lot of teams suck and fail to perform? Watch this video and I'll help you understand a little bit better. What's happening, guys? I'm PK, CEO of Fringe Sport, and I'm making a quick video on team and group dynamics and performance. This is for internal Fringe Sport use, but my guess is I'm probably going to put it out broader on the web. So if you're seeing this on YouTube or something, you like it, give us a like, a comment, you can even subscribe, whatever. But fundamentally, what we're going over is this chart here, which is the Tuckman model of group dynamics, or many people call it storming, norming, performing. So why do teams start out at a decent level of performance and then degrade? And then how do you get out of that degraded performance to high levels of performance? This model helps you understand that a little bit better. So let's look at this chart. On this axis, we have team performance. So high performance up here, low performance down here. And on this axis, we have time. And then here is the curve, fundamentally showing the Tuckman model. So what Tuckman said is when a team forms, so this is the forming element of the chart, there's a decent level of performance because there is a reason that the team is forming. Everyone's coming together, they're excited about the project or something like that. However, once that team forms and excitement wanes, then team performance drops, sometimes significantly, and there's a lot of chaos, which is this storming element. However, if you can power through that storming element and start creating roles, procedures, processes, norms, then team performance starts to improve as you get into the norming element, forming norms. And if you continue on that norming element, then you get really high performance and you get into this performing zone, which can be super, super, super high performance. So let's go over it again. You've got forming, where you have some level of performance of the team. Performance drops as the team gets into storming. Performance improves as the team starts norming. And then if you continue on this norming process, the team will deliver very high performance as those norms are developed, implemented, accepted by all those members of the team. And then everybody knows what their job is, what they need to do, and there's tight alignment, and you go into performing. So this is really great. Sure, some academic thought about this, but how do you actually use it? So the way that I actually use it is I understand that there can be a drop in performance in storming whenever there is a major disruption to the team. Are there a lot of new members added to the team? Does one or more high-performing old members leave the team and then kick the team back into storming? Is there some sort of external crisis or threat? For example, Fringe went through COVID, and definitely we were kicked back into storming on many teams because COVID changed a lot in a very brief period of time. So first of all, that's number one way I use it, is to understand that this can happen, and further to understand that the way out of storming is norming. The way out of storming, which is chaos, is structure and expectations. Additionally, teams can stay in storming for a very long time if there is not concerted effort to tame that chaos and kick the team out of storming and then continue it on the line to performing. So if you find that you're leading or a member of a team that is chaotic and not performing, the antidote is to take a breath, think of the model, and think of how can we create better structure, expectations, and norming, and how can we recruit more people on the team or even people outside of the team to help on this process so that we can short circuit and make storming as short as possible to get into norming, and then once we start seeing those wins stack, continue on that process to performing. So I'm happy to review this at any time with anybody. Drop me a comment below or find me one way or another. But I've been reviewing the Tuckman model of group dynamics, often called storming, norming, performing. And if you've watched this long, leave me a comment, leave me a like, or just go do your job. Rock and roll.